Week 3 was a very important one in the NFL, and first and foremost, I am going to start this video by saying congratulations to Torrey Smith on such an amazing performance. For those of you who don't know, which you should unless you've been completely living under a rock, Torrey Smith's younger brother Tevin died in a motorcycle accident, and Torrey flew home to be with his family and then flew back to Baltimore in time to play for their game on Sunday night against the Patriots. And during that game, Torrey Smith pulled down an impressive 6 catches for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns to help lead the Ravens to a 31-30 victory over the New England Patriots. My condolences to you, Torrey, for your loss, and thank you for reminding me why I love this game so much. It is truly a performance to remember. And Tennessee, and we're going to move on to Tennessee, who finally won their first game of the season in overtime, but Chris Johnson is still looking like a scrub. Through 3 games this year, he has accumulated 45 total rushing yards. He adds 63 receiving yards, which a lot of halfbacks still don't do, but still, I think about 40-something of those just came on one play in week 1. I mean, he's not really doing anything right now. And I think the fact that they actually won says more about the Lions struggling than it does about the Titans. And they still have their woes, but mostly because they typically run their offense through CJ, and he ain't doing his thing. And the Saints, well, this really shocked me the most. They start their season 0-3. And all of the teams that they lost to have only ever beaten them. The Redskins, they're 1-2. Their only win against the Saints. The Chiefs were 0-2 until they beat the Saints last week. I mean, I really don't know what's wrong with them. I mean, who apparently a head coach actually does mean that much to the team. I mean, they are doing a lot of things right. Drew Brees is still playing lights out. They are losing their games by a single score. 1 touchdown, 1 field goal. But I think we all believe that if Sean Peyton was there, if there wasn't for all of the distractions that the offseason had, they would easily be dominating most of these opponents because they are in the game all along. But, they're being coached by the interim head guy, and it's just, he has basically no NFL experience being the guy. It's a whole different level. It's just, wow, I feel bad for you Saints players. On the other hand, I work in a restaurant that's based out of New Orleans, and I am having a lot of fun watching the damn sulk. I really am. Anyways, the Cardinals beat the Eagles. They didn't just beat the Eagles, they dominated the Eagles to start the season 3-0. Who saw this coming? I mean, I knew the Cardinals had a strong defense, but I figured their QB woes would keep their offense off balance and prevent them from notching up too many wins. But now the Cardinals, Texans, and Falcons are the last remaining unbeaten teams, and the Cardinals have been winning against strong opponents like the Eagles and the Patriots, whom I predicted they would both win the division and be in the playoffs. Some people predicting them both to go in the Super Bowl. I mean, damn, it's just, I'm shocked that they played this well. I really am. Their defense has been amazing so far, always keeping them in the game. And surprisingly, Tampa Bay has actually played some strong defense most of the season. And honestly, if you take away the second half against the Giants, the Bucs have been one of the best defenses in the league this year. Like I said, if you take away the second half against the Giants, Eli's 500 yards. But if you ignore those statistics, they've been one of the best defenses in the league. And if their offense can get better chemistry, they'll be in great shape to possibly overtake the division. Probably not, because the Falcons are 3-0, beating the 2-0 Chargers. They're just dominating everybody right now. They are the complete package at the moment. And the Patriots, meanwhile, they've lost 2 games in a row. They are sitting 1-2. And it's just, I think everyone pretty much expected them to start at least 3-0, but no, the games they are losing are to some pretty tough teams. No, they lost to the Cardinals, who has shocked the world with their 3-0 start. Though let's not get too high on them. And they lost to the Ravens, who I picked to win the Super Bowl. And both of those games they only lost because of a field goal. So it's not like they're really in deep shit like the Saints. I think they've just had a little bad luck. They've had some tough matchups. They're still a decent team, and I still think they're definitely by far the best team in their division. Should easily make the playoffs. But still, you know, they're losing to teams that they're probably going to face in the playoffs. So that really doesn't bode well. You know, you can't really have high hopes for them on the season when you're seeing things like that. And the Texans, of course, won, but not without struggle. Peyton Manning almost seems to be back. You know, he almost led his team to a fourth quarter comeback. They just couldn't close it out, but they did fight. They put up a fight. They put up that late rally, and also the Raiders won in overtime. And I only get 1 point for the win, but I think I deserve 5. Because I'm the only one who called this. I did not hear anybody else choose the Raiders. Everybody said Steelers. I said Raiders. Raiders won. Give me props. Give your boy props. And we're going to finish this by saying that, well, things are getting out of control. More fights every week. Now seemingly on every play. And the referees especially pissed me off so much, in fact, that I just could not sleep. I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning because I was just that pissed off about how the game ended. Don't get me wrong, I am by no means a Packer fan, but they should have won that. The refs called that game just completely wrong, and it cost the Packers the game. Sidney Rice was yanking and pulling on the defender, and they called pass interference on the defense. Now the defender, he got good position, and honestly he probably should have came away with a pick, but then Sidney just grabs him and starts pulling on him, climbing all over him, and you're gonna call that defensive pass interference? What the fuck is wrong with you? I know elementary schoolers who could get that call right. Come on, man. And at the end of the game, they won because a Hail Mary pass was ruled a touchdown by Tate. And here's the rule regarding simultaneous possession. If two players from opposing teams catch the ball at the same time, the offensive player is given the reception. But Tate did not have possession. Now, if one player catches the ball and then another player gains possession afterwards, it goes to the first guy who caught the ball. Tate never had any sort of possession whatsoever. He did not establish himself with the catch. Jennings is the one who grabbed 2 hands on the ball. He was holding the ball with 2 hands, covering it up, clutching it against his chest, and Tate, after they fell to the ground, simply reached his arm in there and started trying to pull it out. And yet, for some fucking reason, the refs actually called that a touchdown. And the Seahawks won the game on that play, when Jennings clearly had full possession of the ball. That was literally a game-changing play. I know elementary school kids who would have gotten that call right, and this shit is just unfucking forgivable. It's really starting to get on my nerves. They need to get the real Zebras back because the game that I love is being destroyed. I mean, seriously, I'm not the only one who's frustrated about this. The Packers, they wanted nothing to do with it. I mean, technically the Seahawks still had to kick the extra point, even though they had already won because time had expired. And the Packers, they went to the locker room like, well, fuck you, refs. No, we're not doing it. I mean, eventually, yeah, like after an hour, they finally got them to come back out, just a few guys to come out so that they could kick the extra point. But still, you can tell, these refs are losing respect, and this game is just getting dangerous. I'm scared about what the future holds. It's It's looking very bleak right now. This season is on a downward spiral that it seems endless for right now. And I'm going to finish this video by talking about, once again, the Thursday night game, which is between the Browns and the Ravens. Do I even have to say it? Do I actually have to say this? Honestly, I'm asking you, do I have to say this out loud? It's the Ravens. Come on. Who actually roots for the Browns? No one actually thinks the Browns are going to win.